Hi, my name's Kiara and I'm going to be showing you my summer TBR. I am so happy to finally be on summer break. It's amazing. Over the school year, I didn't get a whole lot of reading done and that made me really upset. So I really want to make up for that during this summer. But I recently got a job, so that's going to be taking a huge chunk of my time during the summer, and I also want to socialize. So I'm not going to put a ton of pressure on myself to read all of these books by the end of the summer. They're not definite books, but I am excited to read them and I just wanted to share it with you. Let's get right into the video. The first book, and it is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I really want to read this book this summer. It is the sequel to A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I'm really excited about this because everyone's saying this book is so much better than the first one. I don't really remember much of that happened in the first book, but I remember I did really enjoy the book, so I'm sure I'm going to love this book. Hopefully it gives me a little bit of backstory, so I'm not going into this like super blind. This may be the next book I'm reading, I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely up there. The next book I really want to get to this summer is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I have read the Darkest Minds trilogy, and I'm really excited for this book, especially because it's about a musician and time travel. That just sounds so awesome. I'm about 100 pages into this book, but I never got around to finishing it because it was during the school year where I had the school musical and then I had AP tests, and it was just absolutely crazy. Long story short, I never got around to finishing the book, and I am looking forward to reading it this summer. I've got another Sarah J. Maas book for you guys, and it is Queen of Shadows. Even though this book came out in the fall of 2015, I haven't gotten a chance to finishing it. I just wasn't really in the mood for it then, and hopefully I'll be in the mood for it this summer. I really want to get it done because it's a huge book. I definitely want to read the next installment of the series when it comes out. This is definitely a high priority, but if I don't read it because I'm not in the mood, I'll be okay. The next one is Summer Days and Summer Nights. I just recently hauled this book in a video. This is organized by Stephanie Perkins. It's a huge anthology of stories from all these fabulous authors. For example, Leigh Bardugo, Libba Bray, Cassandra Clare. I've only read the Stephanie Perkins story so far, and it was really good. If you have read the Christmas anthology, you'll really enjoy that one. The next book I want to read is A Gathering of Shadows by Victoria Schwab. This is the sequel to A Darker Shade of Magic, and I really enjoyed reading that book, so I'm super excited to get into this one. I definitely want to read this one this summer, so I'm prepared for when the final book in the trilogy comes out. I really want to read this book. I really enjoyed the first book, and I'm sure this one is going to be amazing. The next two books are my summer reading for my AP Literature class. I'm going to go over them very quickly because they might be a little boring. The first one is The Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. He wrote The Crucible, and I just read that in my 11th grade AP English class. I am interested to see how this one goes. I don't really know what it's about, but we shall see when I read it. The next one is The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. I haven't read anything from Tim O'Brien yet, but his name's really familiar. I can't think of what else he wrote that I'm familiar with at the current moment. This book takes place in the Vietnam War. It'll be interesting to see my thoughts on this book because I'm not really interested in war stories or stuff like that, so we'll see how this one goes. The next book I really want to read during the summer is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. For the past 3 years, I've been rereading the Harry Potter books, and I've only been reading like a couple per summer. This summer, I have to finish the series. I just love rereading Harry Potter in the summer. The next book is another fantasy novel, and it is The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. My boyfriend bought me these books about 2 years ago, and I still haven't finished them. This book is just very large and intimidating, but I love the first 2 books. I just kind of needed a break in between. It's been like a year since I read the second book, so I'm really excited to finish this series, and I heard it's like an epic finale. It should be a really fun read for the summer. The final physical book I have to show you that I'm reading this summer is Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I really want to reread this book. It's my favorite Colleen Hoover book, and it takes place during the character's senior year, and I'm about to enter my senior year, so I definitely want to read this more towards the end of the summer. I also have some non-physical copies of books that I want to read this summer. So the first one is Too Late by Colleen Hoover. Yes, another Colleen Hoover. This book has never been a physical copy, and it never will be. It is currently published on Wattpad. It is the only Colleen Hoover book I have not read yet that has been currently published, so I'm really excited to read it. I heard it's really good, but it's kind of more for a mature audience. I also have some summer releases that I'm really looking forward to, and I know I'm gonna read them like immediately when I get them. The next book is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by the one and only J.K. Rowling. I'm super excited to read the screenplay for this, and I know I will probably never see it on stage, which is very unfortunate. I really wish we could do that at my school. That would be a super fun play to do. Super excited for this. I can't wait to see what is happening to my beloved characters of Harry Potter. This is published on July 31st, and I'm super excited to read it. And then the final book that I have to share with you guys is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. This is going to be out on August 2nd, and I'm super excited for this book. I love Colleen Hoover. I've expressed this before in the video, but I'm super excited for this book. I hear it's a real tearjerker, and I'm really in love with the cover and like all the petals and stuff, so I'm super excited for this book. Colleen Hoover is just one of those automatic buy authors for me. I buy every single book that she publishes, and I don't even read the synopsis beforehand because I just love going into her books blind. I just know it's Colleen Hoover, and I'm going to love it. So super stoked for this book and cannot wait for it to come out. Should I do a book stack? Let's do a book stack. Let's hope these don't fall. These are all the books I really want to read this summer. Let me know down below if you want to read any of these books as well. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my face, click the subscribe button down below. I hope you all have a lovely day, and until the next time I see y'all, happy reading!